Hello YouTube, first video made. Kind of a how-to. So here's what I have. I have a 17 horse Briggs & Stratton twin. It's on a Murray. It's a type 42A 707, 156301. And here's the problem, okay? I started blowing oil like crazy out the side. So here you can see where the gasket has disintegrated. And I was just spewing oil everywhere. So I went down to the local store and I bought myself a kit. It's just the gasket and the O-ring. So a lot of the guys won't tell you what you need to do, and here I am. I'm just going to tell you everything. Tearing this apart is not as easy as it sounds. It takes a little bit of work. So the first thing you got to do is remove all of your shrouding, your hood, everything. Okay, and then you got to go ahead and you've got to separate your shaft from the mower itself. Now if you look here, this is a shaft, and you see right there's some threads. Okay, this takes a bolt, and here's my bolt right here. Pretty simple. It's a 5/8, and down through the center here you see that pulley shaft is clean. Right down there to the very bottom, you can see the hole. So what you have to do is take a pipe wrench and you put it, you can see here, but on the side here, I put a pipe wrench on it to hold it, and I got my socket down there, and I torqued it off. Then I removed all of my engine bolts, and I lifted it up and forced it a little bit so that I could get a pry bar in there. And I stuck the pry bar right here, and I started to pry it loose until it came off. I lifted the motor and flipped it over. Then I took and I removed all 7. Remember, there are 7 bolts to this. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then your 7th one is right here in the middle, and a lot of guys forget that. So make sure you get that. In the process of doing it, I had to tap it to get it off, and my governor came apart. So I'm going to tell you guys how to put that governor back together, because nobody seems to be able to do it on YouTube or the dealership. They won't tell you. So here's what you have. There is a washer that you put on your shaft. Okay. Now, and here's your gear assembly. There's a small ring that has to sit on here, and it rides inside this cone carrier. So what you do is there's a little bevel on the inside here. You put that in there, and then you put this in and you close everything up. It might take a little bit of prying to get it in there. But once you do, you can slide it down in there. It locks and holds itself in place. See that? It's not going to fall off when you flip it over. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through and clean off all the gasket material, and then I'll put the new gasket on, and I'll get back with you then. So just hang on, and I'll pause this and get back to it. Okay guys, so I told you I'd get back and let you know. So here we are. I have taken and scraped just about everything. This is really small, very micro. I'm not too worried about it. I'll probably go back over that with a razor again. But I used a razor. Look here. You see, if you take your time, it comes out very clean. You know, you don't get those metal scrapes like people worried about. So this right here, I'm gonna go back over this a little bit. But I'll pause this and get the rest of this cleaned up. And hopefully, for too long here. See, this is one where I went over it really well with a razor and scraped everything. You know, these are like factory here. This little indent that was on it when I took it off. So I think somebody's been in here before and replaced the gasket. So I'm going to go ahead and pause this, do some more cleanup, and I'll put the gasket on, and we'll go from there.